Well, the president facing a new backlash today over a phrase that seems to have become a favorite of his when referring to women in America. Listen.
Let's be clear here. Women are not an interest group. They're mothers and daughters and sisters and wives. They're half of this country.
We know our economy is stronger when our wives, our mothers, our daughters can live their lives free from discrimination in the workplace and free from the fear of domestic violence. Our journey is not complete until our wives, our mothers and daughters can earn a living equal to their efforts.
Well, some women now say that using those terms in that manner is inappropriate. And in a new petition, they are calling on the president to stop doing that. Writing in the petition in part, quote, "Defining women by their relationships to other people is reductive, misogynist, and alienating to women who do not define ourselves exclusively by our relationships to others." Joining me now, Nance of Concerned Women for America. So we reached out to the person who started the petition. She did not want to come on and talk about it, but she is trying to garner enough signatures that the White House has to respond. Your thoughts on it, Penny?
Well, Megyn, you know, this is so funny. This is probably the one thing I think the president has right about women. I think his policies hurt women in so many ways. But certainly, women are not ashamed of our roles as mother and wife and daughter. In fact, we're very proud of those roles. We embrace them. And we celebrate the differences between men and women. And so I think it's just downright silly and really shows how far off track the feminist movement is that they would even bother to make this point. They're irrelevant in today's world. And so it's just downright silly. I don't know about you, Megyn, but I oftentimes find myself introducing to my kids' friends' mothers as so-and-so's parent. And I'm very proud of that role. You have me defined as Concerned Women for America's CEO and president, but that's not nearly as important to me as the title of mother.
Okay, but let me make a point that was made on a website, a left-leaning website today, where they said, the reason to fight homophobia isn't because, quote, you've got a gay friend. It's because it's the right thing to do. The reason why a woman is valuable and deserves equal pay and so on isn't because she's somebody's sister or daughter or wife. It's because of the person she is unto herself. That I get that point. In fact, like they're trying to say, stop trying to convince the world that women deserve equal rights in all areas because they're sisters or mothers or wives. They just deserve it because they're equal.
Well, I think you can split. I just don't think it's a valid point. I don't think that we are one thing or the other. I think that we are complicated people and we have different parts of our lives. I'm not just a worker. I'm not just a mother. I'm not just a wife. I'm all those things together. And I'm not any one thing in spite of being a mother. I'm often moving forward and working on the causes I believe in because of those things. Women are relational people. And when you want to talk about women being daughters and wives, I think that's very inclusive, actually. We're all one of those things, either a daughter or a wife or a mother or all of those things combined. And this is in an awkward position in which I'm actually defending the president, which feels very odd.
You're not usually doing that, Penny.
No, I'm not. I don't plan to make a habit of it because, again, I disagree with him on so many levels. But this one's silly. And, you know, I would also say I'm disappointed in them that they take up space talking about such nonsense when they could join us on working on the policies that help women, like the SAFER Act that gets rapists off the street and tests DNA kits. They could do things on the issues of sex trafficking.
But let me ask you this, because one of the points they're trying to make is, you know, not all women are wives, for example,
Sure.
and sisters. All women are daughters, it's safe to say, but not all of us are wives or sisters. And so it sounds like when he keeps using that phrase over and over again, he's talking to the men. He's trying to convince the men that we deserve equality. And why is this always framed just to the men? I mean, lots of people need to get on board if this agenda that he wants pushed through is going to get pushed through, and they feel like it's exclusionary.
Well, I don't care how they feel. He defines himself as a father often. His book was The Dreams of My Father. He talks about his family all the time. So clearly he feels like that role is important, and I think the role of motherhood, the role of daughter, the role of sister and friend are all essential to us. In fact, you know, they did a study on what made people happy, and the top 3 indicators of happiness were faith, family, and community. It matters to us as human beings. And so his speechwriters hit on something, and he keeps using the phrase.
He's trying to use it to convince people because, you know, women in the abstract, maybe you want to support that agenda or don't, whatever it is, you know, equal pay or contraception, you know, reproductive rights as they refer to it, whatever. But he's trying to make it more personal so people can say, oh, it's not just the abstract woman. This could be my sister we're talking about. This could be my wife we're talking about. This could be my daughter we're talking about. It's an argument tool.
Well, it's probably an effective strategy because we all believe those things and all those people are important in their lives. I disagree with what he's trying to do using those words, but I have to say it's effective because we do relate to those roles. Women are relational. We are. And as people, we are complex and we have different relationships and different things that make us us. And so, I
you
don't
do
have a
not
problem
feel
with
it is misogynist for somebody to refer to you as a mother.
No, I am
that's good to
grateful
know.
for my children. I am proud to be my children's mother and my husband's wife and my parents' daughter.
I echo that sentiment. Amen. Thanks, Penny. See you soon.
Thank you.
But you can see it's an interesting point. The last we looked, they had a couple thousand signatures on the White House website, but they need 100,000 if they're going to get the president to respond. So we shall see where that goes. Taking your thoughts on it. Follow me on Twitter at Megyn Kelly. Well, videos.